Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Silent Podcast. I am pleased to tell you where we've been recapping this season of The Amazing Race. Um, Welcome my co-hosts Sabrina and Isaiah. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm
Good.
good. You know what? You deserve some more respect on your name. You get to be in the top corner today. You're hosting. I'll be at the
Yeah.
bottom. I'll be at the bottom.
I like the bottom, okay? Sabrina, how you doing?
Doing good. I feel like this race is kind of turning out the way we have talked about it turning out this entire time.
Yeah.
This was a good episode. I am curious to see what's going to happen in the next few episodes because I feel like we don't have that many more left. So we're coming down to Endgame.
Yep. We are at our top 6 teams. I mean, the placements haven't really changed much in the last couple of legs. Surprisingly, though, Miss Izzy and Paige, who seem to kill it at all these challenges, have been very effective, have moved up a little bit, which I'm personally happy about. I really enjoy them as a team. I enjoy their energy. But them top 3 spots haven't really moved a lot. We've seen, Tucker and Eric killing it, Jag and Jas right on their heels, and then Taylor and Kylan. And those 3 spots have pretty much stayed the same, and everybody else has fluctuated a little bit along the way. But we are at our top 6 teams. So we have Tucker and Eric, Jazz and Jazz, Kylan and Taylor, Izzy and Paige, Joseph and Adam, and Chelsea and Tucker. And I am surprised, I'm sorry, Chelsea and Jack. And I'm surprised that Chelsea and Jack are hanging in there as much
Me
as they
too.
have.
They are hanging on by a thread. Like I feel like every episode, I'm like, is this the day? Like, is this the day they're done? And it's not happening.
Right.
It's
Literally a
chaotic every
thread.
week.
Yeah. So we
I don't know.
start off this leg. It's titled "O Egg, Where Art Thou?" which I guess is pretty fitting considering the first roadblock that we come to. But we see Tucker and Eric kick off the race at 9:17 a.m. And everybody this leg was within 2 hours of each other.
Yes, I was gonna say that. Like, it's the last team didn't leave until 10:46 a.m. So this is probably maybe the closest, like pit stop time or like stop time. What is it even? The pit start time. Like, I'm like, what is this even called? The pit start time is like that's probably the closest like range that we've had, maybe this whole race.
Yep. Yes, because Jag and Jas were like 30 minutes behind Tucker and Eric. But we see them get to the first roadblock, and it's basically like a giant Easter egg hunt. They have multiple giant eggs that all have the same pattern, and hidden around an empty field are a bunch of other eggs and decoy eggs. Some eggs look like the example, other eggs don't. So teams have to search this area and see if they can find the egg that replicates their big egg. And then once they find it, roll the big egg over to some menacing looking chicken and then see if that is the correct egg. So it doesn't seem too hard. There's no skill involved. It's pretty much luck based.
Yeah.
And like I said, we see Tucker and Eric arrive first. And then we see Jag and Jazz arrive where they decide to use their express pass.
Yes.
What did you guys think of that choice for them at this moment?
Honestly, I think that was the smart choice. I think that was the challenge to use an express pass on and their logic made sense of like, it's completely luck based and it could be a total time suck. Like, and so might as well not take the chance. Like I would have also probably used the express pass.
Yeah.
Especially with these luck competitions, they're so unpredictable. You don't really know what was going to come your way, as well as just like the worst case scenario. So yeah, thanks to Taylor and Kylan for doing that.
Well, it didn't help them because they used it, and then we see Eric quickly find his egg, and then while Jag and Jas are getting directions, it kind of seemed like Jag and Joss were like, hey, we know where it's at. And Tucker and Eric are like, peace, and kept going.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like Jag and Joss were kind of willing in that moment to go together, but Eric and Tucker were having absolutely none of it. Which I was like, oh. But they
honestly,
beat up the trade and took off.
It's like for me, I feel like this late in the race when there's only 6 teams left, like I don't blame Tucker and Eric for just being like, no, like I don't want to like stick with you guys. And I feel like Jag and Jazz need to like, I don't want to say be more ruthless, but they need to like kind of stop a little bit of the buddy stuff, because otherwise it really could bite them in the butt, like coming up towards the end.
They need to be more cutthroat. I agree with that.
A little bit, like, because I get it at the beginning, like it makes sense. They're good enough to obviously be in the top half the entire like the entire race. So like, yeah, get some help, whatever. It's not going to hurt them. But now we're almost to the final 3, with like the final leg. Like you need to do your own thing and figure it out. Like you can't be waiting for people or like helping people really anymore. Personally, that's how I feel.
But the express pass, at least as far as passing them, didn't help, because Tucker and Eric got to the train station. That's why I was like, was it smart to use it here? But they got to the train station, got on the train first, and took off before Jag and Joss even got there. And they were on their heels. So I didn't expect that. Like, I thought that this would really catch them up, but it didn't. Tucker and Eric remained in the front.
I feel like it doesn't happen very often where there's 2 teams like this that are just dominating. Usually it's like, if it does happen, like it's usually one team kind of, wins out or like is in the top almost the entire time. But like, I feel like now the 2 of them are so equal in terms of like dominating, or like, and they're trading places all the time. And it's like, and I mean, one of them's going to win. Like, I mean, barring some weird thing that happens, like, I think they're going to win. One of the 2. Like
well, we got this. We'll talk about it at the end, but we got this U-turn next episode.
Oh, that's right. The stupid
U-turn things up. So we'll have
I hate it. I hate it already.
I know. I'm so upset about it. So we'll see if that has any impact on the rest of the race. But that's why I was like, this express pass really didn't help them at all. Like, so they got to skip an Easter egg hunt. You know what I mean? Like, it did not really help them at all.
Yeah.
So then we see Joseph and Adam and Kylan and Taylor all like run together towards the same roadblock. Shortly after, Chelsea and Jack and Izzy and Paige, all 4 teams are there at the exact same time looking for this egg. So it really ended up being an equalizer. Like I said, there's no luck or skill involved. And we do see Izzy and Paige get it first out of all of those teams. They arrived last, but they got it first and booked it away. So I was happy for that.
Yes.
And then we see Taylor and Kylan get it, and then Chelsea and Jack got it, and then Joseph and Adam, who had arrived at the roadblock 3rd, were last to find their damn egg. Poor Adam, though. Like, that's me.
I know. Like, yeah, he looked like he was going through it, which, I mean, he was. I mean, he even mentioned several times in the episode of, like, my sugar is low, but I'm like, I just have to push through. I can't, stop for anything, which I get the mindset, obviously, but, like, oh, my God, dude, like,
okay,
take a minute.
Yeah.
Because if you pass out, then what are we going to do here? Like, we're not winning this leg. Like, it's not going to happen.
Everybody needs to go overboard for the Amazing Race, I guess.
Yeah, but like, I'm like, because he was like, I'm fine, and I'm like, no, you're not. You could
you're not.
You could just see it in his face, and just like physically exerting himself does nothing. I don't know how anybody with like big ups to anybody with the Amazing Race that has had diabetes, because it looks like he's going through it, honestly.
Yeah, poor guy.
So that was a pretty straightforward roadblock.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Like, but the chicken was weird AF, but like that, like who decided that was gonna be the costume?
And I thought it was odd. Like, if you're not certain that that's the right egg, why the hell are you rolling the other egg over there?
Yes, like, yes. No, I like, because you can see it. You can see the giant egg. Why are you gonna have the egg in your hand and look at the big egg and be like, okay, we're gonna try it?
No,
common sense is not a regular gift. I don't know if you realize this yet.
Like,
Yeah.
what the heck? Like,
Yeah, I was like, I'm just
totally
gonna
agree with
try
you.
it. I'm like, no, you're not gonna try it. Go find your
No.
egg. Like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
keep looking. But I think Paige might have said this where she was like, we're all racing for third, but at the same time, we're all racing for last. And
mm-hmm.
I feel like it was kind of that way the rest of the leg, like because Tucker and Eric and Jag and Jazz were like on their own, area, like they're like a challenge ahead. But I thought it was interesting that the rest of the group was basically with each other the entire time.
Yeah, really, they were. So Tucker and Eric get to the clue first. They just get a picture of a palace and they have to figure out where they need to go, which they do, and they get to the detour first, where they have two options as usual. It's find the beat or hit the note. In find the beat, teams have to watch a traditional dance, was Romanian dance, learn that dance and then perform it to the judge's satisfaction in the traditional clothing, or they had to go to hit the note where they had to assemble a beginner's Romanian flute and then also learn a song and perform it to that judge's satisfaction, which I was so excited for there to be a music challenge for Izzy, like, because she's just been waiting.
The fact that it was a flute, like,
I know.
come on,
cheating.
come on now, like.
I did not
I was
care.
thinking
I
that
was
video
just
when
happy for
there's
her
a
to
video
get
of her
flute
playing
as I
jazz
was for
flute.
Hannah and Simone to get to dance.
I was thinking the jazz flute video of Izzy from when she played Big Brother that was circulating on Twitter. Like, she's so serious.
Yes.
But I would love a challenge like this personally, because I mean, I'm a brass player. I'm not a woodwind, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like if you have a good like idea of memory and rhythm, you shouldn't have a hard time. I feel like playing this.
I think if you play any instrument, that's the way to go. Like, you have
100%.
to go do the music challenge.
Definitely.
So Tucker and Eric chose to play the flute. This is the most I saw them struggle. They at least did 6 attempts on this before they got it, at the very least. I don't know exactly, but I know they got up to 6. They built it just fine, but learning the song and performing it seemed a little bit of a struggle. I haven't seen them struggle that much in the entire race. And then we saw Jag and Jazz simultaneously go to dancing, which they struggled, but they were both lucky in that all the teams were behind them, so that they kept doing attempt after attempt after attempt without necessarily having to stop and wait for another team to give an attempt. So they really had a leg up in that.
Yes, that's so invaluable. Like the fact that they were just able to go back to back to back to back until they got it. Like I couldn't imagine like doing like the dance and then messing up and then having to wait for like 3 or 4 other teams to do it. And then you're like, okay, maybe I'm forgetting my steps now. And like, what do I do? And like, I feel like that is definitely a better opportunity just to go back to back. And I don't know, that dance looked hard. like
so
way more challenging. I would have chosen the flute. Absolutely.
I don't know what I would like reading the clue. I feel like I might have wanted to dance because I don't play an instrument, so I have no idea.
I don't either. I don't play any instruments.
You don't,
but I liked how Eric like kind of said it was like a recorder.
Yeah,
I feel like everyone had to learn to do recorder in elementary school, right?
Right.
I didn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't think so. If I did, I forgot.
It'll be easy. Like I remember you either had to learn how to do recorder or steel drum in like summer camp. And I remember there was actually that one season where someone got eliminated really early because they didn't know how to play steel drum. So maybe I'm like oversimplifying it, but like it feels a little easy. I can't dance, so that would be the reason I go home, So that's why I would do the.
I mean, you couldn't learn the steps. You don't think?
No, I have a mean 2-step. That's about it. Yeah. I can cha-cha slide for you. Like I don't know. I can't dance though.
I feel like if you can stay on beat in a 2-step, then you can learn a dance.
I don't know. I'm a complicated individual.
I don't know.
I feel like this dance in particular was much more difficult than the previous dance challenge, at least from what it looked like. And it was just like so many like on both ends. It was just a lot of footwork and a lot of spins, and I don't know. Like I guess it's hard to tell when you're reading the clue. You don't know how hard the dance is, so it's hard to say like what I really would pick in that moment. But I don't know. I feel like the flute might have been not so bad.
Yeah. So after Jag and Jas are there performing, like I said, Izzy finishes up first. Of course, they do the flute. Taylor and Kylan finish up, and they decide they're going to go whichever detour is closest, and they decide to use their express pass at this moment, which is the correct decision for Kylan because that man is not a dancer. We've talked about this before. I've seen Kylan dance. I've seen him do TikToks, and it's absolutely hilarious to watch because even though he has zero rhythm, he still puts his whole heart into it. It's quite a scene. So I would have enjoyed him doing this detour, but it was the correct move for him not to do this detour. They would have been there all day, like literally all day long.
I think they got pretty lucky in there what was left for them to use the express pass on, for sure. It just, and because of how like Jag and Jas turned out with their express pass and how it didn't really help them, and like this was like a perfect opportunity for the two of them. They got so lucky.
Yeah, I feel like if Kylan had to dance, they're not finishing in the position that they finish in. I just don't have any faith in his dancing ability. Sorry, Kylan. And then, of course, the Achilles heel for Chelsea and Jack is navigation. We see them lost all over town. Literally.
So awful. So bad.
They got directions like 5 different times. And I've never seen, at least they haven't shown us them at each other's throat that much. I know it's been like that according to what they've said, but they were really at each other's throat in this leg. I was like,
I know they were getting at each other. I was like, oh my god.
It's like, Chelsea, that's still your dad though, you know, be careful.
Right?
Yes.
I was kind of surprised that they got lost walking because usually their issues with navigation is like self-driving. And so for them to get lost walking, I was like, oh gosh, no. Like
Yeah, it did not go. That's their biggest hurdle. They seem
100%.
to tackle the challenges fine for the most part, but like we've said for them week after week, it's them damn challenges that trip them up. And then, of course,
I told you directions would be my 13th reason, and that's why I would lose. So I can't even say nothing. You know?
Yeah, I can't either because sometimes they were driving around and the streets didn't even have names. So, and I have a horrible memory. It's no way I could look at a map and be like that way. Like I would struggle. Yes. So Chelsea and Jack arrive at flute blowing, and that's what they do. Joseph and Adam did the dancing. I don't know why, but that's what they chose to do. So as those bottom 4 teams are arriving at their tasks, we get another route info. I was surprised that this was called a route info, but that's what they called it. Tucker and Eric arrive first, and they have to make a popular street food called michi, which is made up of various meats and spices. I'd be like, but what kind of meat first? That's what I would need to know.
I know. I was actually wondering about that, and I was like, can some of them like not have like pork, or like how does that work? Like
you got to eat it or you're done.
I know. What if there's like vegetarians? Like how
eat it or you're done.
I know, it's like, how do they do that? I
don't think it matters.
Like, how do they navigate that? Like,
I'm watching Hell's Kitchen, Sabrina, and they have a vegan on there cooking regular meat right now. So
maybe they're cooking it, but they're not eating it.
Right.
Yeah, but how do you know it tastes good if you don't eat it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
You're a chef, you better, I guess.
These shows don't care. I'm telling you, these shows do not care. It's like you sign up for it at the end of the day.
I do think about that sometimes. I'm like, what are the dietary restrictions here, and what happens? Like, do they have one partner maybe in that?
On Survivor, early Kimmy, I can't remember her original season, but she came back and she played, and I don't remember what season this is, and I usually am on my game. But they had a challenge, an eating challenge, and it was pork. And she refused. She's like, I haven't eaten pork in 20 years. She refused. And she lost that round of the competition because you had to eat it first before the person next to you, or you're out.
Yes.
And she lost that for her tribe because she could not eat pork. It was some crazy pork. It was like brains or something. So I mean, I get it.
Pig brain.
Like, no.
But also Debbie was on that too. I said Debbie, Nora, and she was a vegetarian, and that was like a one up for. Long story short, you sign up for these things, you know the risk. You know what I'm saying? You've seen this is how many seasons now? Like 38 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know what comes with Amazing Race at this point, so you know what you signed up for.
But
Right.
on the challenge, Tori, she's decided to be vegan, and she got something in her contract where they have to honor her dietary restrictions. So sometimes on the challenge, they have like gross food or disgusting things that they have to eat. I guess they would have to find a meat or a vegan alternative for Tori. But she said she got to put in her contract. I guess it's a little bit different because they have reoccurring people.
Yeah.
And not like newbies every season, but I guess it's not impossible if it matters that much to you.
And that's kind of like what I was thinking with like this cast in particular, because they were like kind of recruited to play. So maybe they had some kind of stipulation of what they couldn't eat and not. I don't know. Right. I'm looking at Michi. Hold on.
Are you to see what's in it? Yeah.
Yes.
On this thing, they have to. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's beef, lamb, and pork.
Okay. Which is, I guess, like, what else would it really be? But I would still want to know. I would eat that. Would you eat that?
I would.
Yeah. Isaiah, do you eat pork?
Depends on the day. I'm not against it. I like breakfast sausage.
Yeah. Hi, puppy.
So yeah, they have to. Each team has to roll 20 Michi perfectly, and then present it to the judge. It seems pretty easy. Some teams got it wrong, but you just have to roll some meat and then eat the meat. It's like pretty simple, right?
I feel like that judge was like saying things were good, but saying other people's weren't good, and they looked different. Like the ones that he cleared, I was like, that does not look like the other team's ones that they did. And he was like picky with some people too. And I was like, what is he judging on? Like what?
Whatever he feels.
Vibes.
Right.
I feel like it's a whole other like genre topic is like Amazing Race judges and what is actually like a check or like a no from them. And like how strict some of them are.
When I listened to Kylan and Taylor were on the Purple Pants podcast with Bryce and his co-host. I apologize, I don't know her name, but she's been on The Amazing Race before. And she said in their podcast that production is the judges, not the judges. So production allegedly tells the judges whether or not they can go, not the actual judges.
Really?
Yes.
Makes sense.
That is new. That is new news to me.
That's what she said. So if production gives the thumb up, they got it. If they give the thumbs down, they don't got it, is what she said, basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it was a pretty straightforward task for the teams to do once they found it. Tucker and Eric were there the same time as Jag and Jazz. Tucker and Eric finished first and took off in their taxi. It was about they said 37-minute drive. And Tucker and Eric's taxi seemed to make a wrong turn or something, at least according to the edit. And then Jag and Jazz ended up getting to the pit stop first, which I was like, oh, okay, finally.
I was kind of surprised.
Yes, because it did not look like that was going to happen. So I'm wondering if there was some sort of edit magic with this.
There might have been
post-production magic.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was surprised. I thought Tucker and Eric had that because, like, I don't know if you have to turn around. What's the big deal? But
right. Exactly.
Jag and Jazz arrived first. This is the first time they're back in the winner's circle. Eric and Tucker had gotten it 4 times in a row. So for quite some time, they've been in the top spot, and they won like a trip to Bermuda or something. It seemed like
I know. I was like, okay.
These are the reasons why I would go in an Amazing Race for all like the what's it called?
Right?
MapQuest or something. I forget who was the provider.
Not MapQuest.
This is the thing with the gnome. The thing with the gnome.
Expedia.
Gnome. Have we seen the gnome this season?
No, there's been no gnome this season.
Well, whatever. Every season I've seen usually is a gnome, so I just assume. But whoever provides the trips, these would be the reasons why I would be like, all right, we're trying. You know what I'm saying?
Right? But, yes.
I don't like running. Like I'm telling you, I wouldn't last past like 2 episodes of the show. I'd be like, I'm ready to go home.
they said that this leg was absolutely brutal with the running. Like Taylor said that they ran like 2 miles to get to the Michi. She said it was horrible. Like she's like, and I'm not a long distance runner. She's like, they ran at least 5 miles, like running around the city. This leg was terrible for that. So yeah, you really have to be like in some, like it would be better for you if you're in really good shape in order to run around. I think people underestimate the physicality of like running, and God forbid if you're lost, Chelsea and Jack, where you're doing all this extra walking. They didn't run anywhere.
Also, shout out to Isaiah's dog. He is currently in this shot right now.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Who, Nami? She's a girl. Sorry, it's just because if I don't hold her, every time I record a podcast, she's so frustrating. And she either wants to squeak her toy or like mess my feet, and like I have to sit on mute because she just makes noise under my desk the whole time. That's the only reason I hold her sometimes, because she's annoying, bro. But
she's cute.
You said what?
You don't have a door?
Yeah, but if she starts crying outside the door, you'll hear her. She's a piece of
work,
her.
Bro. She's just like, hello.
Like, not me.
Father.
I'm talking about you. Stop looking at me.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Cavalier. She's one.
I've never even heard of that. A Cavalier?
Yeah. It's a Lady and the Tramp. This one.
I've never.
I remember my first podcast I did with her. It was like a draft, and then I turned my chair around. She was like the size of my hand. She was like,
I remember her.
Yeah.
Baby Nami.
Sweet baby.
Anyway.
So then we see, like I said, Tucker and Eric arrive in second for quite some time. And the rest of the episode, we just see teams finishing the roadblocks. Nothing really happened along the roadblocks. What do you guys have anything to add as far as their? Oh, Izzy and Paige were fun. It was I know for a fact Izzy was ready to tell that judge, like, I got this. Like, you can go over there. I can teach her how to do the flute. Like, we got
right.
I messaged that to Izzy. I was like, I know you want to tell her to step aside. Like, I know. She's like, I kind of did. Because Izzy was like, over talking the judge. No, like this Paige, she was not listening to anything that teacher had to tell her.
Nope.
It would have been cheating if she was allowed to do this part, wouldn't it?
Huh?
Almost like, do you think it would have been considered cheating if, like, not really, because I was thinking about Simone actually was ice skating and she knew how to ice skate. And so I'm like, if Izzy was the one playing it and she's a flute player, and then it's like, oh, okay, like it's a great
I think they lucked out, honestly.
Yeah. They did.
Then I was like, oh, I hope Paige can do this. But she did good. At least according to the edit, they just did it one time for the judges. And then they were off to the races. You know?
Yeah. I was a little worried too, because I was like, okay, like obviously Paige is not the musician in the group, but at the same time, like, I mean, Izzy obviously was a good teacher to her and like showed her how to do it. So clearly it worked out just fine.
Yep. So then we see all the teams arrive and roll their michi, eat their michi. They all said it was good and head off to the pit stop. Joseph and Adam arrived there seemingly at the same time as Chelsea and Jack, but they said that was editing magic because they were there by themselves. Chelsea and Jack were not there when they were there. They had already arrived and left by the time Joseph and Adam, and they said it took them a really, really long time to get the dance. It was a hard dance. Adam Sugar wasn't helping. He couldn't think straight with all that. And they knew, we saw Adam get emotional in the car ride on the way to the pit stop because he knew they were done. You know, he knew that they were last. And it was sad that he just felt like he wished, or he felt bad because if his brother had maybe picked a different partner, he wouldn't have had the fate that they had that episode. But I think he's been great along the way.
Other than losing car keys.
What'd you say?
Oh God, yeah.
Other than like losing car keys, yeah.
Oh yeah, yes. And breaking keys. And about some other things that they did along the way. And 100 and something attempts on juggling. But they weren't out in any of those rounds. So I don't know. I was if any of the teams could have been saved, I was really, really happy it was them. Because they've been teasing us, like Sabrina said, for like 3 or 4 legs now with this maybe eliminated stuff. And you said it's going to depend on what team gets last. But I'm not shocked that this team got saved.
No, not surprised at all. Yeah, this was definitely the one. Like when I saw they were going to be in last, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's going to be. This will be the non-elimination leg. I was like, there's no way, and I doubt there will be another one. I'm sure it'll just be playing out until the finale. Like I think this is the only chance that they have for non-elimination.
Yeah, I agree. But nonetheless, I was happy for them. I really like that
Me
team.
too.
Yeah. And I just think they have added struggles with his sugar that they've seemed to manage pretty well and struggled more than we even saw based on the edit and based off of what, the players are saying online.
Right.
So next week should be interesting because I'm pretty sure it's a double U-turn. And then Joseph and Adam also have some sort of penalty that they are going to have to do along the way. So it's seemingly 3 teams with extra tasks coming up.
That's crazy.
And this is 3. And this is the dreaded, voted on U-turn, which we've talked about it, Sabrina. I absolutely hate. Isaiah, what is your perspective on it? Sabrina and I don't love it because, in my opinion, if you want to U-turn somebody, like, for example, those 2 top team guys especially are killing it. And if you want to U-turn them, I feel like you should have to beat them to the U-turn mat. Like, this game's based off your own merit, how fast or how good you are at these tasks. So putting a team behind because all the bottom people can vote against the top dogs, I just don't like it. That's not what this is about.
Yeah, I don't care for that because from the seasons that I've seen, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, usually it's like whoever. Ignore the squeaking. Usually it's the teams who get to the box first. Oh my God, hold on. Usually it's the team who gets to the box first is the ones who get to U-turn somebody.
Right.
I always felt like that was better, but maybe they're trying to change it up a bit because it probably feels like you're just going to U-turn the worst team, and then they're just guaranteed to go, and it's a boring episode. But it's just I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the Amazing Race is a challenge related show with a little bit of strategy. And it's you should reward people for doing good.
Exactly. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm so bitter about this. And do you think it's a double one, Sabrina? That's what it says. It's a double U-turn.
Then it likely will be. I can't remember because last 2 seasons ago they did a voting U-turn as well, and I want to say it was also it might have been 2 teams. I remember one team specifically that got U-turned who were towards the front of the pack, and they might have gone home that episode. Yeah, they were U-turned, and it just I don't know. I am Amazing Race purist, and I it's the merit-based challenges. You have to be the best to force the U-turn if you want to do that. And I don't know why we're changing up that much. I wonder if it's because of okay, it's been on for so long. Yeah, let's switch it up, make it more exciting. Like Isaiah said, making it just more entertaining television. I get that, but we have other shows for that. We have Survivor and Big Brother for that, for voting.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, I understand on the production side, if you do the same thing for too many times and it gets boring after a while, you don't get 38 seasons for not switching stuff up every now and then. It keeps people on their toes, keeps it from being formulaic. We might not like it, but it keeps it we're sitting here talking about it initially.
Right. I mean, true.
That's the goal. You know what I'm saying? So I see both sides. I don't like it, but whatever.
Yeah. And I am wondering what's going to happen. You weren't here when we discussed it. There was a part in the game that wasn't shown on the edit, Isaiah, where Jag and Jazz had finished the task and came back to help out Joseph and Adam once they realized that Joseph and Adam were struggling because of Adam's sugar. So they ran back and they helped them. And then Joseph had said online that stuff might not make sense in this next episode because so many reasons why things played out the way they did in the next episode were left out of the edit. So I'm interested to see what it is. And then something Taylor and Joseph said in a live make me wonder if Joseph is going to choose between Kylan Taylor, Jag, and Jazz.
I don't know why they gave them that much power to begin with, but
because they vote and then it's a tie and they have to re-vote again. So I'm thinking this is my guess that Joseph and Adam like are gonna have a chance to either save one or the other from the U-turn, and they don't save Taylor and Kylan because Adam is like, this is not about friendship, this is not about love. And who is he gonna say that to Joseph about at this point?
Yeah.
And I mean, on top of that, I mean, it's kind of almost like a full circle moment if they do that, based off of the first episode where they had the opportunity to give him something and they gave it to Jag. So it's just like, hey, you know, like it'll be very interesting.
They don't owe any team anything. But I would be of the position, we have to see what happens, but I would be of the position, yeah, thanks for helping me, but y'all are front runners. Like, you know?
Yes.
Time, like they have consistently beat you all race. So it's gonna be interesting. So I am very excited for Wednesday. I'm like ready to see how this plays out because I think it's going to be good. And they were talking about everybody's going to be on podcasts after this episode. So I can't wait to see what's going to unfold next episode.
Yay.
Because the express passes did nothing. Absolutely nothing. They gave Kylan and Taylor hell for it, but nothing happened because of it. They got one placement. They got Bermuda.
I like Bermuda. I've been there. Bermuda's lit. Yes, I have. I like Bermuda. Very fun. Yeah, I took a cruise there. Worth the trip.
That's really cool.
I'm not going to talk trash on Bermuda. It's very fun and tropical.
I would love to go.
Cool.
I wouldn't be mad if that's what I won. I'd rather win a trip than money, I think.
Bermuda is beautiful. Me too.
Like,
yeah.
I would love a trip.
I don't think they can take the money that they won and have that kind of a trip. Like the trip is worth more, you know?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like the trips are kind of insane what they give them.
Yeah. It was all kind of like tours and food tours and everything involved. All right. Well, guys, that's our episode. We will be back next week to talk about this episode that I cannot wait to see. Sabrina, where can people find you?
I'm at Sabrizi2492, mostly on Instagram. I pop into Twitter like every few months. So yeah, and this is what I am doing every week, is talking about one of my favorite shows and having a blast.
Same. Isaiah, where can people find you?
They can find me at 8 Ball Bangers and everything. I have not been on Twitter as much, and it's like very refreshing. But you know, I'm gonna have to come back on soon because I know trailers is coming up. I know this. I mean, we're not covering it, but I'm going to interview him at some point. Shout out to my dog Mark on Squid Games. I'm not going to put any spoilers of how he's doing, if he's still in or not. But the dude is a star, and he is a sound podcaster. So we're always going to show love to Mark. Saw him literally a couple like last week, and I was like, "Yo, you are the GOAT." So shout out to Mark. But yeah,
yes.
And I'm just Janelle Michaud on all social media that matters. So catch up with us next week, guys. It's going to be a good episode. I know it. We'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.